Hello, we meet again. Or if this is your first time on my channel, welcome to a little corner dedicated to slow living, living cleanly, and living truly. I don't know about you, but lately I've been feeling like my house is always a little messy, even though I've cleaned it up countless times. After I'm done cleaning, I turn around to grab a few things and everything goes back to how it was. Sometimes I wonder, maybe I'm keeping too many things that I don't need anymore. So today I'm going to take a look around my house and see if there's anything I don't need anymore. Not to make it a perfect space, but to make it easier to keep everything in the house tidy rather than having to clean it all over again. Let's get started. Area 1 is kitchen. If I had to choose the quickest place to get messy in the house, it would definitely be the kitchen. My family spends a lot of time in this area, cooking, eating, chatting, passing by, and conveniently putting things down. And just a few items like that, the tabletop already looks very messy. I have often stood looking at the kitchen and thought, why clean it up? It will be the same again in a moment. My kitchen cabinets are actually not too messy, but the tabletop is always a different story. Every time I let it get messy for too long, I feel like everything in the house is out of control. So I went back to my old habit, just deal with the tabletop first. No need to clean the whole kitchen. Just gather up some miscellaneous items and put them away, and the space will be completely different. To keep the tabletop from getting messy too quickly, I also simplified what is allowed to stay on it. A frequently used glass, a fruit basket, that's enough. I try to put as much of the rest in the cupboard as possible. Not only that, I will also gradually form the habit of trying to put things back in their original place after each use. Thanks to that, the kitchen looks much tidier, and each time I clean, I don't have to move things around. Keeping the kitchen counter tidy is the fastest way to regain the feeling that you are still in control of the house. And if you only leave the things you really need, you won't have to clean up from scratch every time you cook. And if you're looking to go a little more extreme, like reduce everything so you don't have to clean all the time, the next video is definitely for you. I'll share some incredibly common things that many people keep, but the more they keep, the harder it is to keep their home tidy. See you in the next video. Now back to today's content. Area 2 is entrance area. Right after the kitchen, I move to the entrance area. This is the type of space that easily becomes a strategic clutter spot because everyone has the habit of conveniently placing things down when entering the house. A pair of shoes that haven't been put away yet, a bag of things left there to take away later, a few random things stuffed into the closet. Just like that, in just a few days, this place was already a mess. I didn't try to handle everything at once. I just chose the first thing I pulled out, the biggest bag that was there to check. It was a beach bag from the beginning of summer. Inside there were all kinds of things from sunscreen to some things I had planned to return but had forgotten about. I opened it and made a simple classification keep. Give away, throw away. That's it. After finishing just one bag, I felt much lighter. After that, I took the time to review a few pairs of shoes and sorted them into 3 categories. Keep the ones that are used regularly. Give away the ones that are no longer liked but look good. Throw away the ones that are too old and torn. Then clean the floor, wipe it once, and then arrange it to make it more airy. A neat entrance not only helps the house look tidy, but also creates the feeling that you start the day or end the day clearly without any worries. Now let's move on to the next area. Area 3 is living room. The living room is the space I pass through the most during the day, so if a few small items are out of place, it immediately looks messy. A notebook, a bag of new purchases, unprocessed bills. At first, it was just a temporary place, but then it kept accumulating without me realizing it. So I started with the simplest thing, cleaning the living room table. I put all the items that could be returned to their original place. As for the things that I didn't know where to put, I put them in a temporary tray to deal with later. Next, I looked around wherever there were temporary places. I made them no longer convenient to put things in, like the arm of the sofa, the corner of the TV shelf. I cleaned them, removed a few extra decorations, and left them completely empty. And the tip that helped me keep them for a long time is each item should have a permanent place. It sounds simple, but it really changed the way I clean. For example, the TV remote is always in the right drawer. The extra pillow is folded and placed in a corner of the sofa. The notebook that is often used is placed in a small tray next to it. That way, every time I clean up, I don't have to think, where should I put this? I just put it back in its right place. Everyone in the house knows where to put it, and I don't have to clean up the same thing over and over again. A fixed place for each item not only makes the living room tidier, but also reduces the feeling of confusion, waste of time, or having to start cleaning from scratch every day. Now, let's move on to the next part. Area 4 is Cosmetics Cabinet. Moving on to the personal care cabinet area, I don't know about you, but this cabinet for me, just opening it makes me feel bored. This is a place that is easily overloaded without me noticing. At first, there were a few items that I often used, then a few new items, then a few items that were gifts that I hadn't opened yet. So after a while, the cabinet was full without me realizing it. Every time I opened it, I had to rummage through it, then drop it, then bump into something else. Today I decided to clean it up. I took everything out and spread it out on the table. Looking around, I saw that there were many items that had exactly the same function. For example, there were 4 to 5 types of hairspray, a few serums that were similar. So I only kept the items that I was using or really liked to use. The rest, if they were new, I wrapped them up and gave them to my relatives. The items that were half used too much or didn't suit me, I threw them away without regret. When I put things back in the closet, I put each group of things in a separate small tray: makeup in one tray, skincare in one tray, hair in another. Looking at the neat closet makes it clearer, and I also don't feel overwhelmed with choices every time I get ready to go out. A neat closet not only saves time in the morning, but also reduces the feeling of clutter when starting a new day. I only see the things I actually use, no more feeling confused by having too many similar items. Area 5 is the corner of miscellaneous items. I jokingly call it the corner that no one wants to touch, a place to store things that I don't know where to put, don't know how to handle, but can't bear to throw away. Sometimes it's a bag containing items that need to be returned, an old gift box, some electronic items that I don't know if they're still used printed documents left there to read later. Usually these corners are hidden behind the cabinet doors or in a place that's not too prominent. But strangely, even though I don't see much, it still creates a feeling of clutter. Just knowing that there's a messy corner in the house makes me feel uncomfortable. So that day I took exactly 10 minutes to deal with that place. I didn't clean out the entire cabinet. I didn't make a big deal out of it. I just took the biggest bag out, spread all the stuff out on the table, and started sorting. The trick I use is pick up an item and ask yourself, if I had to deal with it right now, what would I do? If it's an item that needs to be returned but is past its due date, throw it away. If it's a document that is no longer needed, tear it up. If it's something that can still be used but isn't used, give it away. If it's something that you really need to keep, put it away in an easy-to-find place. After doing it just once, I see clearly reducing unprocessed items and reducing unfinished thoughts. Now let's move on to the next area. Area 6 is bedroom. The bedroom is supposed to be a space to help me recover, but in reality, it often becomes a temporary landing place for many things. Newly folded clothes that haven't been put away yet, unsorted laundry baskets, small items left on the bedside table, and even bags brought home left on the floor. At first glance, it doesn't look like a serious mess, but each little thing adds up to make me feel tired. And because this is the space at the end of the day, that feeling will follow me to bed, dragging along my mood when I wake up the next morning. So I go back to the old rule: anything that doesn't serve the purpose of resting should leave here. Clothes that need to be washed should be taken to the washing machine. Folded clothes should be put away immediately, not left on the chair. Only keep a few basic items on the nightstand: books you're reading, charge your small lamp. Otherwise, if it's not for sleeping or relaxing, then you should leave the room. Just 15 minutes of doing this, my room is noticeably tidier. And that night, I slept better. A tidy bedroom is not for looks. It's for a proper place for the mind to rest. Less stuff, less thinking, less cleaning every day. Now let's move on to the next part. Area 7 is work corner. My work corner used to be a place where I collected all kinds of things: notebooks, pens, bills, printers, papers, unfinished drinks, and even decorations that I hadn't had time to put down yet. If I didn't know where to put anything, I would leave it there temporarily. When I needed to sit down and do something, I would spend a lot of time just clearing the space. Or worse, I would sit in the middle of that mess, and then I couldn't concentrate. My hands were doing one thing, but my eyes were drawn to the things that were happening around me. So I decided to do something small, reduce the number of things that were allowed to stay on the desk. Only keep one notebook and the pen I was using. Collect office supplies in a separate box, put them in a drawer when finished. Have a separate tray for important papers, process them once a week. Don't leave them there forever. Put unrelated things away. In addition, I also keep a soft towel ready to wipe the desk surface at the end of the day. The feeling of ending a workday in a neat space makes me feel less unfinished work lingering on the next day. A clean desk helps me start faster, concentrate longer, and not have to clean up every time I have a new task. An empty surface is sometimes the best way to clear my mind. Now let's move on to the final area. Area 8 is bathroom. The bathroom is a space that I use every day, but it is also very easy to ignore when cleaning. Just a few half-used shampoo bottles, a full skincare tray, or a drawer with a few spare items, the feeling of neatness disappears. When I'm tired, I often ignore this space because I think it's not that messy. But every time I step in and see the sink shelf full of products, I feel uncomfortable without knowing why. So today I decided not to clean everything, just focus on the items I actually use. A skincare set, that is enough for daily use. One shampoo, one shower gel, that's enough. The rest duplicate products that haven't been used for a long time or that don't suit me. I keep them separate and give them away if they are still good. I also cleaned the shelves, removed the trays that were stained with products, and left only the minimum amount. I gathered the less used items and put them away in a small box in the cupboard. The less stuff in this bathroom, the easier it is to create a clean, comfortable feeling. And every morning, getting ready is also quick without being overwhelmed by too many choices. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I know you're short on time, so I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to walk through each corner of your home with me. I hope this video doesn't make you feel like you have to clean your whole house right away, but simply reminds you that starting small is a step forward. Maybe today it's just a table, tomorrow it's a drawer. Little by little, I've found that my home is no longer a place that makes me more tired, but a place that helps me feel calmer. And if you're looking to go a little more extreme, like reduce everything so you don't have to clean all the time, the next video is definitely for you. I'll share some incredibly common things that many people keep, but the more they keep, the harder it is to keep their home tidy. See you in the next video. I'll be there waiting for you.